Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to this very special episode of the Hit Start to Play podcast. It's your boy, Big Man Jack, and I've got my co-host with me as usual.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be. I hope you're all keeping safe. As Jack said, we have a very special episode. Please welcome Jed. Please forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Correct me if I am. And Thomas from the Awfully Irish podcast. So how are we all doing, lads?
Pretty they're actually
No, we're doing well. We're doing well.
Yeah.
I can't talk on Jared's behalf, but I'm doing well.
I mean, besides the names being butchered, I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, cool.
Thanks for having us, lads. How you guys getting on?
Morris, thanks for coming on. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
You're officially our first ever guests, so I'm expecting everything to go wrong and, it just to fall apart. But, we move. It's fine. It's fine. You can carry us. It's okay.
There'll be breakdowns, but we're here. So let's get stuck in. So we all like video games. I'm guessing that's a given.
Well, I sure hope so. Otherwise,
That's right.
Yeah, just to make a very short video of it. If it's not the case.
No, I don't really play video games. They're not my thing. And thank you for watching.
I appreciate your time, and I will speak to you next week. Thank you.
Yeah, so let's get stuck into just what we can talk about. Is what are your guys' histories with video games? Like, what got you into them as such?
Thomas, you start off.
No, Jared, please after you.
Oh my God, please.
No, come on, man. Ladies before gentlemen. Come on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Until I was about 14, I never played a video game,
Oh wow.
Really?
and it was by choice. My brother played them. My sister played them. Even my dad. The reason we had our first consoles because my dad was like, I don't know, his late 30s playing Modern Warfare, absolutely slaughtering lads. I just never got into them until the first time I played Black Ops 2.
Oh, what a game!
So, yeah, it's not a bad one to start off. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it's one of the better ones, in fairness.
I think I lost like 2 years of my life to that game. I don't actually know what happened from the ages of like 14 to 16.
Yeah, that's actually fun fact. That's actually the Call of Duty that made me quit the whole franchise for years as well. So 10 out of 10.
It's not a bad one to quit on, to be honest with you now.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's not.
Oh, that's
Set
when it
your
was
standards
jetpacks.
high for Call of Duty games, and I respect that.
Yeah. I came back for Black Ops 4 and then.
Oh God, how disappointing!
Yeah.
Well, I know Jared has different opinions on that because he's a very big Blackout player, aren't you, Jared?
Oh,
Or he
God.
was anyway
Oh,
when it was
God.
popular.
Blackout.
That was. I did not get on with that Blackout at all. I think I played one game and left halfway through because I just got confused.
I got the beta and then I never got the game.
He's probably a safe bet. I'm not gonna lie.
It's really not that
Saving some dosh, like you know how it goes.
Oh, Jed's gone.
Oh, I am. I'll be honest with you guys. That was the last straw. I've been contemplating it for weeks on getting rid of him and replacing him with a monkey that doesn't speak. And guess what, man? The monkey is doing a much better job as an intern right now. I swear to this guy. And do you think this happens? No, this isn't just a once-off thing. This happens constantly with him. You think, oh, this guy's pretty funny. He's making a joke about his co-host. No. Here, Jared, we were just talking about...
Welcome back to the podcast, man.
Oh, God, we were just saying the funniest things. How the hell are you?
Welcome back, man. I'm
Long
happy to
time
have you here.
OC, how are you doing?
Nice.
He's there.
Thomas, I've never known you to be so exaggerated in your speaking.
Anyway, Jared, so we were just talking about Blackout. What was your experience with it?
That was a great game.
I think it was a good game.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think the lack of a campaign was rough. I know one of the guys who's writing in the game, and then it just got cut. And that wasn't a fun experience. But I don't know. It was kind of like an arcade of everything Black Ops had been to that point. It was a lot more like sci-fi than Warzone, so it was good crack.
See, I think you're right in like campaign, because I don't know about you, but like Call of Duty campaigns have always been like a big thing about Call of Duty. You go there and you play the story and you've got the characters and stuff, and you like connect with it a little bit. But when Black Ops 4 came out and they were like, instead of bringing a campaign in, they gave us a battle royale. I was thinking to myself, is that a smart move? I mean, I don't know how popular Blackout was, but I know for
Well,
a fact.
the thing was they had to compete with Fortnite.
Yeah, I was just thinking from
That
a
sounds
marketing,
really silly
from
right
a
now. But
marketing strategy.
back in the day.
What they saw now is that Fortnite was probably the most popular game, or battle royale games in general had become so popularized with streamers that they thought that they could get in on the market. But I don't know what happened with it. Just it didn't compete well.
To be honest,
When did
I think,
Apex come out in relation to Blackout? That might have had something
Apex
to
was
do
2019.
with 2019. All right,
Yeah.
all right, because Apex is even more popular than Blackout, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
well, by now it would be. But in fairness, the second Warzone came out
Oh yeah.
free.
Oh yeah, Warzone
The
did a
Apex
much better.
play base disappeared.
Yeah.
Because for Apex, it was people who didn't want to play Fortnite because they didn't want to be made fun of. And then when they seen Warzone was a thing, they bounced on it. Like the amount of players in that game just dipped so hard when Warzone came out.
Warzone's just kind of those ones that I think Warzone's around for the foreseeable future now, because I feel like you've got Fortnite and then you've got Warzone, so they're obviously they're the same genre, but they're completely different. Because obviously Fortnite is a bit more creative and you can build stuff and whatever, whereas Warzone's like you're straight up, whoever wins in a gunfight wins the battle sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think they compete because they're very, very different. But I do think the Warzone, especially when Cold War come out, they added all the Cold War weapons, and I think they'll probably keep doing that. So I think Warzone's going to be around for, well, until people get bored of it. But I mean, it's still popping on streams and stuff, so I can't see it being anytime soon.
Even my dislike for Fortnite, I did like it in the past, and you have to give it some credibility in its ability to like collaborate with Star Wars, Disney's DC, Master Chief, Halo,
Kratos.
Not the F word, Kratos. Yes. No, but like it's crazy. It's like the biggest crossplay game ever, probably.
They have
like,
done amazing themselves.
I think Fortnite as well completely changed. Like it was League of Legends was the big game for a long time, and MOBAs were huge, and Fortnite came along and literally completely changed the entire landscape. I think. So you do have to give it that respect.
And the fact that it's still going as well. I mean, you look at when it was released.
Oh yeah.
It was so innovative. Like this idea that, you and 100 other players duke it out until you win. Yeah. Until there's like one remains, or if it's groups of 4 until 4 remain. Like that is just crazy because you get like some of your best friends, and you hop in and you're super competitive. Like multiplayer in say COD only did so much for competitive players, but the idea that they wiped out an entire map and won, I guess it'd be more appealing to them.
The competitive side, yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you leave a game with like 20 odd kills and it just says victory royale, you're like adrenaline and testosterone are through the roof. You're just like, yeah, I'm the greatest human alive. Like no one even touches me right now.
Then you hop in the next game and you die. As soon as you jump.
Yeah, you land and die.
You get pickaxed to death. By the way, how really weird was that concept that you got pickaxed to death? Surely be to God, the creators of this game are sick individuals. Like, come on.
Epic games.
I'm just happy you can thank the bus driver. I think he deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah. Did they add that thank the bus driver feature in it like pretty early though? Like, if you press down on the D-pad or something.
Yeah, it was something on Reddit. I think someone started like a thing saying, "Why can't we thank the bus driver?" And they just ended up adding it because so many people like upvoted it.
Of course, it's Reddit. Why wouldn't it be Reddit?
MVP?
Man, Wall Street bets too. Reddit's on point, man.
Rich, you know what? Reddit's just a conversation for another day. I like it just brings out the worst in me. So I try not to go anywhere.
There is some rough stuff in there too.
Oh yeah.
It's just one of those websites that I see stuff on there and I'm just like, yeah, I just want to cry. That's not it. Like, it's not the one.
Sorry to hear, man.
Right, I'll get over it eventually. It's okay.
We've seen some pretty bad stuff on Reddit, man. I'm trying to think of the funniest. Probably think about the cat, Jared.
The cat.
Do you know that post about the cat on New Year's Eve, or what was it? No, Jared, the day that Diana died.
Oh God!
Have you guys seen that one?
Oh, Oh, I think so.
All right.
Really
What was it?
weird.
It's like the night that Princess Diana died, I ripped a fart so hard my cat
Yeah.
tried to dig its way out of the carpet.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, I have seen that.
dude.
God.
Reddit is just
Yeah, it's just
horrible.
reading for you.
It's
Isn't
just another breed of human, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's definitely.
4chan. It's a cesspool.
It's like the 4chan rejects that got bullied off there. Now they've gone to Reddit and they're just there.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what kind of world we live in when there's Reddit.
A horrible one. Although I'll give it credit, it does help with some sort of like games and stuff because obviously there's multiple, subreddits for different games and stuff, and people do put like bugs and stuff, and I think developers do look at it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
It's a source of information, isn't it, from your player base? It's huge.
Mm.
So I guess it makes sense in that respect, but other than that, that's about all the credit I'm giving it. I'm not. Excuse me. So
Yeah,
Thomas,
so-
what about you then? What sort of games were we playing growing up?
I started off with a DS.
Okay.
Had me and my dad completed Mario Super Bros. Then I had Mario Kart and some Ben 10 game or something. It was pretty fun to play.
And
I don't know.
wow.
And then I got a Wii then, and then I got really into Smash Bros for a bit and all the Lego games. Like all the Lego games. They're just
Speaking about Lego games, this is something that started with my ex-missus, and it just kind of carried on because I'm quite OCD with like trophies or achievements. I like to have them all sort of 100%. So I took it upon myself, and I've now successfully done this. Other than one, I have 100%ed every single Lego game ever made, but Lord of the Rings because it's like you can't buy it anymore. And I can't tell if that just makes me miserable or proud.
It was just a constant text.
Does it bother you that you don't have the Lord of the Ring ones? Does that ever get under your skin?
It should.
To be fair, the amount of misery I face playing the games because they're like just bad. But
No,
it's like I can't.
whoa. Oh no! You do not get to miss. No.
Hit a nerve there, mate.
Stop. Whoa,
like,
what do you mean
let's be
they're
honest.
bad?
Like there's some good like Lego Star Wars ones are great.
Yeah.
But then you get to like Lego Indiana Jones or Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, and they're so sort of just cash grabs. You're just sitting there. Half the levels aren't actually anything to do with the films. It's just dead. But I have forced myself to do it anyway. And I don't know if that just makes me less of a man.
I mean, I received many a text in the middle of the night, like, why am I sitting here at 3 a.m. playing Lego? I'm fast asleep. I'm chilling. I wake up in the morning, and he spammed my phone about 5 times, like raging over a Lego game, and I'm like, I was like, why are you doing it to yourself? Why'd you bother?
I think I've only 100%ed one game on PlayStation. I've almost had it for nearly like 4 or 5 years now. That was Miles Morales. Just because it wasn't even a game, it was like a DLC.
Yeah.
You know, it took you like 5 hours to complete, and so it was just like, yeah, I can 100% that easily.
60 quid for like 30 hours of gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Exactly.
Might as well.
Hmm.
Okay, so now we've got like a background. We'll move on to sort of the next question. Sort of what we say our favourite sort of games are. I mean, you could sort of say genres or specific, like specific titles. Or what we saying?
I guess I'll go first this time. It's weird because I really like open world games. I like the concept of them, and if the story's good, I think it makes them well better. Like big God of War fan, huge God of War.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what?
My
Me and
God.
Jared, we could just head out and we'll leave.
Yeah.
You can talk about Lego, Star Wars, and God of War, and we'll just.
I personally think God of War is the best game of this decade for sure. Right.
I could agree with you there. It is. It's just so good.
Yeah, absolutely. I cannot think of a bad thing about the game, and that's very rare because I'm usually quite harsh with games. But with that, I genuinely think that's like almost perfection.
No, the story, just everything about it. Like I remember beating the Valkyrie, the Queen,
Oh
and
god.
my friend who knew he'd play God of War, his name's Dara, and I killed her and I paused it. I rang Dara, screamed in his face, and showed him doing like the animation scene you got when you killed a Valkyrie or something.
Yeah.
And it was just no, that was a good moment.
Yeah, because that's genuinely a tough fight as well. Like she is a hard boss, especially like on the harder difficulties. You die in about 3 hits. You have to be like pretty much perfect. So yeah, very few things sort of kind of relate to that in terms of pure just like it feels good.
No, I get you, but then like so I like open world games. I just played Jedi Fallen Order for the first time. I finished it like 2 or 3 days ago. I thought that was pretty good. There's some things I don't like about it that I think they should fix, or if they're gonna make a new one. Even though I don't think EA own the rights to the next Star Wars game, it's aren't they doing like a bounty hunter kind of game? Like I don't know who's doing it.
Lucas Films, isn't it?
LucasArts have the rights to Star Wars, but other companies can publish. So EA can publish Star Wars games, but they don't have exclusivity to it anymore.
Yeah, I think I can't think of what company it is, but they're doing like an open world
Ubisoft.
Star Wars. Is it? Yeah, it is Ubisoft. Yeah. But then I like most of the COD games. Like I have Cold War, I have Warzone, like Battle Royale. Me and my friend like kicking the crap out of each other in UFC 3. Like. Just
I rate the fact that you stopped yourself there.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's like, and sometimes if I'm in the mood, I'll hit up Candy Crush or something. If I'm bored enough.
Yeah. See, I'm like all my time, so I'd sit there and play it all day, mate. I'm not bothered. I'm equally pleased. So.
I'm not really a mobile game, so I play Pokemon Go sometimes, but that's about it.
I lost my account, and I had a good account, back in oh Christ, yeah, I had a good one, and then for some reason I think I might have been banned. I don't know why, because I can't get. Yeah, I cheated at Pokemon Go. I had all the hacks.
You can do that. I have a friend who used to go to like from New York to Dublin to Tokyo all in the same day.
The spoofers, whatever they were.
Yeah, and he got banned, and he put something like €50 into the account or more. Right. Actually, no, genuinely, I think it was more. 50 is way understatement.
For God's sake. At that point, why would you even risk it? What's the point?
To get, I don't know, he's a completionist.
Oh, okay, there you go then.
But every game, like, he played, that game SCP Secret Laboratory? It's like a silly SCP game.
Okay.
And he plays that to bits just to get it completed. Same with Valheim. He wants to
Valheim,
do plenty with it.
That's doing bits right now.
Dude, I got it early. It's good.
Yeah, it's sold so far in its first month 5 mil copies.
Wow.
Absolutely popping.
Funny enough, Thomas isn't a fan. No, I'm not. It's not that I'm not a fan. It's that my PC is so bad I can't run it. I would play Valheim if I could, if I had the ability to not be able to count the frames on my screen.
That's fair.
It's
I had the same problem. I recently had to change my graphics card from something in the R9 200 series of AMD to a 1050 Ti. For any computer nerds out there.
To be honest, I don't really mind because I have a PlayStation. I'm pretty happy with that. I can play good games on that. Don't really care about Steam.
PC can vary so much. I could run. What was it? I played Metal Gear: The Phantom Pain. I was playing it before we got on because I wanted to get in a mode, to talk about video games.
Yeah.
And solid 60 frames, never dropped. And I put on Valheim, and I'm getting anywhere between 28 to 35. And you can count the pixels even at the highest settings of Valheim. Give me a break.
I'm sitting here rocking a Mac, so I think I win on the lack of frames. I think I could probably turn on maybe Tetris and get 3 frames. So I think I'll win.
I mean, Tetris is pretty fun. You could spend.
Tetris is quality game, mate.
Yeah.
I'd sit there all day if I
Stop,
wanted to.
stop complaining,
you guys
man. It's like
console?
working with your hands.
That's
Take
the
what you
highest
can get.
selling game of all time, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, probably. All right, Jared, what's your sort of favorite games then? What we saying?
Most things that come out by any, I guess most Call of Duties whenever they come out, it's hard to not like them. In fairness.
So okay, I was going to direct this at you then, because I've got Cold War. I've got it on the PS5. What are you feeling about Cold War? Because I kind of played it for, I think probably about a month, until I got very, very bored of it very quickly. I just felt like I don't know, like the maps were just bad in my opinion.
We're on the same
Not
page.
like there was no real. I mean, some of them were really cool. Like the entrances to the maps were cooler than the map themselves.
Yeah.
You know, like that big desert map. I can't think what the name of it is, where you come in on the dune buggies.
What even
That's really sick. But the map itself, I like step out of my spawn and I've already got a sniper on my head and I'm dead.
Yeah.
You know, I just didn't know what. Maybe I'm glad that you agree, because that game. It's all right. It's just not the one for me.
They've really nailed zombies.
Yeah.
They had a good campaign. Like when the main problem with your campaign is that it was too short, you did a good campaign.
Agreed.
Like we've talked to the actors from it.
Yeah.
Like we talked to Adler, we talked to Lazar.
Experience and a half. That'd have been great.
Yeah, we've talked to a bunch of them, but their main problem was they were doing it from home. You know, like they're on Zoom, putting these little dots on their own faces to like track their facial features for their characters. Wow. Yeah. So great difficulty, you know.
Well, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
No,
what they pulled off was amazing.
So to put that in
Multiplayer
perspective, then the campaign that we got, a lot of it was done when they were from home. That is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? After that scene where you're in like what is it? When you're in like the safe house.
Yeah.
Everything from there is at home.
Wow.
That was the only experience they got on set, because I remember Damon Day, who plays Lazar, told us about like winking at the person who plays Parks.
Mm-hmm.
And the directors was like, what did you just do? And you're like, dude, that's dodgy. He's like, no, I feel like the characters have something going on, and then they play that to the story.
Wow. That kind of blows my mind a little bit, because you know, obviously stuff like that, like especially cinematics and things, obviously they go into studios and they have all the proper gear and they do the dots where they can obviously track their facial expressions and everything, and for them to still be able to do that at home and get, I do think, other than maybe the Modern Warfare campaign, one of the best campaigns, I would think. I think the Modern Warfare campaign.
He choked when he said that. Oh my god! You didn't even say Black Ops 1.
Yeah, I suppose. Maybe I'm not remembering it that much.
In video games.
So we're a fan of the Black Ops 1 campaign then, I take it.
Yeah. Black Ops 1 and 2, yeah, they're pretty spot on. But
I don't remember them enough, to be honest.
Going back there, we were talking about the multiplayer. What problem did you have with it?
Gun balancing was a big thing.
Say that again?
Gun balancing was a very big thing. Which, I mean, obviously that's in most CODs. There's issues with gun balancing in most CODs. But this one, it seemed really like you'd only sort of see the same weapons, and that was just the standard. Like no one was really using anything other than that.
Yeah, it's always what's the meta right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's it. Like, you know, back in the old CODs, you'd have people running around with like really weird stuff, and it was fun. But this one, it just seems like it's a really try hard, and obviously, you know, I'm quite a competitive person as it is anyway. So COD like feeds my addiction, so to speak. But you know, when you're competing with people that are sitting there playing it for hours and hours on end, it's just impossible. I felt like the skill, but I don't know if there was skill-based matchmaking in the slightest, but you'd get like one game where you'd absolutely slap. You'd go mental. you get like 30-0 or whatever, go crazy. The next game you're going 0-30 because you get put with like
Yeah, that's skill-based matchmaking. Yeah.
The first time I ever played it, I was like top of the leaderboard,
Mm.
and then my second and third match, my fourth, I was like the low. I was not like I was the lowest in all those games. So, it could really vary.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking like, oh, this is gonna be like the easiest multiplayer I ever do. I haven't touched it. No, I do avoid it. It is pretty rough the way they've done it.
Yeah, I think bad
Right.
map design, bad gun and balancing has kind of ruined it for me. I'm just thinking,
What would you change?
I would sort out the weapons for a start, and I would definitely add something sort of add a bit more to the maps. Like, 'cause obviously a lot of them are really like, let me get this right, not horizontal, but like straight down the middle. You could just see everyone from any point in the map. There's no like, there's not like little places you can go into or different areas or whatever. It's just everyone's like dogpiled into one area. You
meet in the middle and you start killing each other.
That's
Occasionally
it.
someone flanks,
Yeah. It's and it seemed like obviously B is the power play in most maps, like if you're playing domination, but it was overwhelming in these games because I can't think of what the name of the map is. But you've got like escalators to the left hand side that go down into like there's like it's like a big middle island sort of thing where B is, and you can see into both A and C from B, and you can physically see where the flag is or where they're spawned in. That to me is just bad map design, and that really ruined it for me.
Yeah, that they have room for improvement.
Absolutely, and get rid of the 24/7 playlists. Like rotate them. You don't need to have Nuketown and Raid all the time. That was really got on my nerves. I don't know why. It's really really stupid when you think about it. But
I don't know if you've had the same thoughts as myself here with the guns.
Mhm.
It's really off-putting that like what would work, what would be a Black Ops gun that works really well on Warzone, won't have the same effect in Cold War when it's from that game.
Yeah, that's
that really annoys me. Like the MAC-10, I didn't try it in competitive or in multiplayer. I tried it in zombies, just level it up when it was like the meta.
Yeah.
And even with my setup, which was like, it's never going to go up. It's never going to have any recoil.
Mm-hmm.
It just straight up. That was really off-putting. That was really annoying. And I've had that with certain other guns.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you just make the matchup? Like, it's really awkward. Like the best gun in Cold War, or even when like the MAC-10, it was the best gun in Warzone.
Oh, yeah.
You go into Cold War, it's not even on the table.
Yeah, no, it's always a 7.4U in Cold War.
And
That
it's
gun is
from
ridiculous.
that game.
Yeah, I do think they dropped the ball slightly. I think they focused a bit too much on Warzone and making the content for Warzone, it seems, as opposed for its own multiplayer.
It's a lot more popular, I think.
Yeah.
It makes sense, but yeah, I get it. But I think, like, going back to gun balance quick, I think that's been a problem since Call of Duty started. Like, M16 in COD 4, MP40 in World at War absolutely dominated meta the whole years.
Yeah.
I think that's been an issue since it came out.
I get it. You're never going to balance everything, are you? It's not going to be possible. But
yeah, with such variety, it'll never work.
That's it. Or the snipers, another thing in that game. Like, I think it's the Remington, the first sniper you get. Obviously, the fire rate is a lot quicker, and it's 9 times out of 10 a one-shot kill. Which, like, if you're gonna give me a one-shot kill sniper, I don't want some geezer running into me and killing 4 of us before I've even pulled my gun out because it's that quick. Like, I don't need that in my life. This doesn't need to be a thing. This isn't 2007 when we're sitting on Modern Warfare 2. Like, come on, you'd think they'd learn, but I could go on for ages, so I'll let Ben take over.
Like, I feel like they have great intentions, but players figure out that like these certain attachments are going to make it go crazy,
and then that's all they use. That's it.
Because obviously, when they're designing the game, they can't play with every attachment selection on every gun.
Of course, yeah. Of course.
They might have their own preference, but there's some players out there, dude, like you can spend hours trying to watch different videos to find the best loadout. A week later it changes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think that's a good thing though. That's like it just stops it just being the same thing for a year.
I mean, for a casual player, that sucks. Because, you could still be running the old M4A one and AX50 loadout from back in the day when Warzone started.
Yeah, that was my loadout.
You could still be running that right now, But there's other things that would maul that.
Yeah, but so from going on to games that you two love, how about some games or genres that you really don't like?
Oh, this could be interesting.
Thomas?
Pardon?
Do you want to start? I have nothing.
What was the question again?
Is
Games
there
you don't like.
Yeah, so what games or genres of game do you just despise, if any?
Oh, despise. Probably because I don't know much about them. The League of Legends games. I don't know
That's a fair one to despise.
anything about them.
Yeah, we spent years of our life playing that game, so yeah, we can say as well we we agree after all those years.
What other despise? I don't really despise many games. Maybe game fan bases make games pretty bad.
Yeah, that's definitely
like
CS:GO. That's a great example.
Oh God!
Even Fortnite.
So such a good game.
You didn't want to know that. You didn't want people knowing you played fucking Fortnite because of how bad the fan base was. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
If you're on Xbox, you always put yourself offline.
Is it really that bad?
Yeah. Worse.
To be fair, I used to do that when I played Lego games. I'd always appear offline and I'd be gone for like 2 weeks and then just show up online again with a load of new achievements that I didn't have. Be like, well, what's going on here?
You'd have another platinum trophy, I'm like, what? But going back to what you said about CS:GO, I completely agree with the fan base on it. That game is so toxic. I don't think I've ever experienced anything like that before in my life. I was happy. I mean, I stopped playing CS:GO a long time ago, but I was happy when they removed, when you could speak to the enemy team. That just increased toxicity because say you op someone down the map or something, you'd be like, yeah, you suck, man, or whatever. You'd say something else than that, and then they'd come back to you in Russian or something. You're like, okay. What?
Yeah, I wonder why it's so popular there.
I think it's a competitive game, isn't it? And it's loot boxes are massive on it, so it's just.
I think it's because it's really easy to run.
Yeah, it's free as well. Is it free?
Don't think of a lot of Russians as having Omega level PCs. You could be playing this with the house laptop.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
Yeah, you could.
Hard game to run. And it's definitely different in terms of first person shooters. It's obviously the only gun you can actually aim down other than a sniper is the SG20 or whatever it's called. And obviously it's got a high skill cap as well, so I get it. I get why people get mad on it, but the community, I don't like. It's shocking.
Well, when you get mad for the same reason you get mad at COD.
No, yeah.
But with fan bases, the moment that made me realise the Fortnite fan base just wasn't for me is we hadn't played it in years at this point, and I decided to jump on with 4 mates. Hadn't played the game in years, and immediately we got killed by some 12-year-old kid who proceeded to then dance on our bodies while literally blasting sicko mode down the mic. It was then when I realised this is just not for me.
In fact, you get parred out by a 12-year-old. That
literally was blasting sicko mode down the mic and just screaming, and it was just okay, I can't do this.
I'll rate that,
Fortnite. I don't know what the thing with it is, man. It's I suppose it's supposed to be this game, but the fan base just makes it bad. And it's not even games that happens to. It's TV shows and movies Walking Dead fan base or the Rick and Morty fan base.
Oh God,
Rick and Morty was made extremely unfunny when they started putting a pickle on shirts. I'm a fan of the show. Shut up. I like Rick and Morty, right? And I'm looking forward to the next season.
There's this scientist.
But if someone came up to me and said,
turns himself into a pickle,
I would punch them square in the nose.
Then he says, "I'm pickle."
I'm joking,
Rick, and dude, It was the funniest thing I ever seen.
Oh God,
Oh
Jared.
yeah, no, I agree. I think Pickle Rick was like one of
No,
the best.
no, Christ, no! It
What
was
about?
terrible.
What about the guy that runs into McDonald's or whatever it is, and he just screams,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
Szechuan sauce," and starts like screaming and
I
runs off.
asked for Szechuan sauce in a McDonald's before because I thought it was legit.
Did they give you a response?
No, he just looked at me like,
He
like
spat.
he looked at me like if I wasn't working right now, I would spit on you.
Disgusting! Get out of my restaurant.
Yeah, he was like this South Asian guy, and he looked so annoyed with me. He just looked like I want to publicly apologize to that guy right now.
He's probably thinking, "Yeah, if I see that guy again, I swear,
His kneecaps are getting done in.
I'm getting one of these trays and that's going straight round his dome. I swear." Probably one of them. No, I do agree though. Rick and Morty fan base is
Yeah, and I'm one of them as well, so I can say this. Yeah, it's toxic.
Oh, I love it. It's just like when people were like, you need a high IQ to watch this show.
So you really don't.
Like that made people stop watching it because you're like, I don't want to be like these people.
Associated with the fan bases.
Yeah.
It's separating yourself from a fan base, which can be tough to do because you like talking to people about this stuff, but the cringe is it gets to some people, and
Yeah.
you know,
There'd be lads now who'd ask us to get into Fortnite, and you know,
Oh,
having to block your lifelong friend because they asked to get on Fortnite. It's rough.
it is rough. No, it's tough.
Yeah.
You know, I've had to do that in the past. No one of I used to play like RuneScape. I don't know if you boys have ever played it.
That was my game. Then they changed it completely.
Yeah, they brought the old version out again. But I put my maybe like 17 years of my life into that game. I mean, ridiculous. I think I started playing it back in 2003, and it's what 2021 now. So that's not 17 years. I don't know how long that is, but regardless, I had to like make sure that the people I'd met through that game, if I ever spoke to them, they didn't mention it because I knew for a fact I'd end up going back there. And I'm like, nah, I can't. I cannot physically do this to myself. Like, I can't lose my life again.
So that's the thing. Like that's similar with me with League. This is why I forced myself to not play PC anymore. Is because I know I would install League, and I would just cry. I couldn't do it. I'd get so angry every game, and then I just know I'd go back.
Okay, so that's an interesting question actually for you boys. Has there been any games that you sort of got so addicted to that you just had to go like cold turkey? You'd be like, nah. Like if it was a disc, you literally snap it to get rid of it. If it was a game on a PC, you uninstall it. Has there been anything?
Civ 6.
Okay.
Or Civ 5 originally. I have over 1,000 hours in that game.
Oh god!
Wow.
And then I have 250 in the other one, and I uninstalled them.
The
I
game's
have a problem. Same with Europa Universalis. I have a problem, guys. Like I would like we started this podcast, myself and Thomas, and we do an episode, and like straight away it's over. I'm back on the game. Or like before we started till the last second, I'm on the game.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it was like with us in League.
It's like doing drugs, man.
Yeah, literally. It'd be the same. Like there'd be no like social plans in the outside world, or if there was, they'd be cancelled because we were playing League, and it was a real issue.
I somehow maintained a relationship through the entire thing, and I think I just bollocks my way through the entire thing because, like I'm still with her now, bless her, but I just remember like when we were first together, like we first got together, I was still playing League. And she'd be like, yeah, I'm going to bed. I've got work in the morning. Good night. And I'm like, all right, good night, whatever. And I'm up. And then she texts me in the morning at like 5 o'clock to get up for work. She's like, oh, good morning. I text back instantly. I'm like, I haven't slept yet. I'm like,
still be on League.
We're still in the game.
I think we all know the story of not texting the girlfriend or boyfriend. I don't know. when you're sitting up there playing video games, like she says, hop onto Valheim at 7. Yeah. And by 11 o'clock, I'm thinking it's been about an hour. I should text back, you know. And
then, but I've mastered the skill of pausing online games. It's
you
true.
Can't pause Valheim.
It's true. No, it's true. You press pause.
Wait, what?
You press pause. You press pause. You press pause, and it pauses, right?
No.
Probably explains why all my KDs and CODs are 0.1, but like you press pause, man, and you stop playing. It works. Trust me. You guys just don't know. You can pause
That's
online
because the
games.
girlfriend's on the other end of the phone, like, "Where are you? I texted you like 4 hours ago. You haven't responded."
Thanks for the reminder, guys.
I
I'm gonna
paused
go
the online game. Actually, sound, yeah.
2 hours it's been since my
It
last.
has actually changed, switched over from being games to doing podcasts.
Yeah, I remember when we first started our podcast, like, it must have been like first couple of weeks. I think we must have spent like all night, like just trying to work things out and stuff. And I was like,
Oh yeah, it was a good like week of like 12-hour days on it.
just trying to figure things out. Like, how do I
Yeah.
do this? What is this? What's good for this? What's this? What's this? I'm confused. And my missus just like, "Where have you been?" I'm like, I just got a bit lost. Like,
I was trying to find myself again.
I just got a bit confused. But you know, I mean, my missus is at work, so I'm safe until 8 o'clock. So all right. But okay, so that what did we just say?
You're going about what we hate about types of games you hate.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's
and then we all forgot to message our girlfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
that,
just
boys.
a public service announcement to everyone that's listening. Make sure
If
you
you
message
listen-
your girl.
Look, you're about 30 odd minutes in and you haven't messaged her back. Would you get back to it? Like,
Yeah, come on, chop chop, boys. You know, you don't want to make her angry because you might disappear for her. You know, a few years. It happens. Okay. So in terms of like gaming consoles, are we PC or are we console? Which what
Both.
we say? Both.
I'm an Xbox owner, but owning it is like being an Alcoholics Anonymous because you're always telling people it's going to get better. But you know, I am disgusted that I am an Xbox owner. Hi, my name is Gerard Eady. I've had an Xbox since the Xbox 360, and you know, I stuck with it through the years. Xbox One, and I was like, this is the story. And then, as we all know, the consoles came back fairly recently. I got the Xbox Series X. It was about €500, and yeah, basically the same as last console. Apparently, it's better than the PlayStation. I would disagree. I have a lot of regret.
Safely agree with you on that.
Yeah, I was the same as you. Like I had the Xbox before the 360, like the big massive tank, and I thought it was great. And then Xbox 360, I think was all right. And then you get the Xbox One, and it made me realise Microsoft are a bit trash. Why have I wasted all this time with Microsoft and just never went back?
I lost so much money on the Xbox because I bought the
Yeah.
Xbox One, and then within like a month I sold it to buy a PS4. And obviously you don't get like retail value back. And I was just like, right, I might as well have just gone and given a homeless person like £100 and been, there you go, mate. Don't worry about it. Like, I'd have felt better doing that than doing. But then the PS4, Boeing 747, literally in your house. That's the downside of that. That fan is unbelievable.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like, you know, you turn on the Xbox, not a peep out of it.
Yeah.
You turn on the PlayStation, you're getting blown away by it.
Like Henry the Hoover's having a mad one next to you in your room trying to play.
Often Thomas sounds like he's at a racetrack when we're doing a podcast, and I can tell when the PS4 is on.
You just hear this really loud buzzing in the background. You're like, you got the
He's
PlayStation.
like, oh, can you hear my fan? I'm sitting there like, what?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Like, I actually used to think that, like, before I actually asked, I thought that there was like boy racers, like where Thomas lived, but apparently it's his PC. Or no, it's PC. It's his PS4.
See, I'm one of the lucky ones, and I've managed to acquire the PS5, and it's the most quiet specimen I've ever had in my entire life. They've definitely improved 1,000,000%. The only noise you get out of it is when it's like exerting heat, and that's every so often. Like it'll go a bit mental, but all of a sudden then you just think, oh, I didn't even realize it was on. They've done really well with that.
I'm the same with you. I managed to get one myself. It's very nice.
How you
Very,
find
very
it?
nice. I find it pretty well. I really liked the way they did the like the exclusive thing where you have like all the games, but like all the good games that they made. Like I haven't replayed God of War or anything like that, and I've never played any of the Batman games, so I think that one would be pretty cool to play. You know, but
Got Batman Extraordinaire in here, so you know.
Lads, fight me on this one, but I think exclusive deals are the only reason that consoles are still relevant.
Ooh.
PS4, yeah, for sure, because you got like the exclusives for Sony were probably the only reason people really bought one, because they were very good. You had like God of War, Bloodborne, like Horizon, Spider-Man, ton of good exclusives like Uncharted 4. Whereas like Xbox exclusives, what you got Halo like 64,
They're terrible.
Gears of War 12, like you got all of these
Not even a
franchises.
conversation.
No, yeah, they're just these were games like Halo was a game that was fantastic years ago that had run its course.
Yeah,
but they still cling on to it.
Like there's plenty of lads who'd be like, oh, can't believe I didn't get to play God of War because it's an exclusive. But find me one man who's on PS4 is like, oh, damn it, didn't get to play Halo. Find me one man.
That's true. No, that is very true. I think it depends on what kind of gamer you are. Again, that sounds really sad. I just heard myself when I said that.
Dude,
depends what kind of gamer you are.
Well, what's that shirt that says it's like oh, I can't remember it now. It's
Gamers
like
don't die.
No, it's something like that. No, it's not that one. It's like I'm a gamer, not because I don't have a life. It's because I have several.
Oh God,
that's upsetting.
If I don't have that on my tombstone.
Oh Christ! If we ever make merch, I gotta put that on a shirt.
Perfect.
Oh, that'd be perfect. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll buy one.
I think it just depends, doesn't it? Like I think PC is like, for me, that's like your hardcore gamer. You know, like the boys that are up all night. You know, really want to play like fully get like full immersive game. I think console's just kind of casual, isn't it? You know, it's just you turn it on, all you can do is play games.
I would say the average console player is a lot more competitive than the average PC player.
Really?
But like the upper echelon of competitive PC gaming is pretty crazy. You know, people who say like 60 frames isn't good enough. You know, you gotta get to like the 144. You gotta get to 280. You know.
Yeah, these high hertz monitors that I don't even understand the difference, and it's just like they spend
but
like
they can tell the difference. Though.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like refresh rates like 1 million a second or something, and you're just like, what does that mean? I don't get it. So what? I was like, congrats! Like,
yeah, my €5,000 PC can run Among Us slightly faster than your mobile phone. Yet,
I can type sus in the chat quicker.
Even like we're talking about like the upper echelons here, but like even the average PC can do pretty well. Like you see those things that people getting like, what is it, a Pentium? You know those things?
Yeah.
Get them for 29 quid. Mm-hmm. You want to do really well with them, you find the best CPU replacement you can for cheap. You can find them maybe €40, $40, whatever. You get like an out of date, but you know, thanks to new driver updates and graphics card. They normally do okay. Maybe more RAM, but like these things are pretty cheap.
I think people compare it to these streamers as well, don't they? You know, because a lot of these streamers have like huge PCs that can run like NASA, right? And people are like, you know, they want it, but when in reality they've put like 10 grand into a computer. Like the average consumer.
But you can do, for brand new, you could do a great one for 300.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you have €150, you could make a really good one still. You just gotta get like an old office PC, slap a graphics card into it.
Yeah.
And whatever you have left over, be smart with it.
There's ways around it, 100%.
Absolutely.
You don't need to have the highest spec to play all these games. Like, you know, it even says on most games, like the basic specs are really basic. You know, most computers, like you say, can do it. So I think it just depends on, you know, if you want these 500 megahertz refresh monitor. I don't know. I don't even know if that means anything.
You can do it. With my old graphics card, which is like 2011. That's when it was made.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you could find better. It was able to run like the top 490 on like the top 1,000 Steam games. This new one, again, like it's not new technology, it's like 2014. It can run the top 779 of the top 1,000. Like, you don't need to like dump money into these things.
No, absolutely not. You know, if you want to, then by all means.
Yeah, like if you're the person who wants to play CS:GO at 1,000 frames per second on your 4K monitor, power to you.
To be screamed at by Russians, then fine.
Have
But
fun.
if you're just the average gamer playing it at like 30 frames per second, you know,
You're fine. You're fine. Do you know what I mean?
Grand.
It does not matter too much. Yeah. Okay. So I think we've only got a couple more questions. Have you? Go on, Ben. I'll let you.
There's one thing I just thought of. What like games coming out, doesn't have to be next year, but just in general in the future, are you both looking forward to?
Cyberpunk. Oh wait.
Ragnarok, but I can't play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna watch me streaming, and it's gonna be a real kick in the face to him. But
I love that game. I love God of War so much. Like, thanks to God of War 4. But it hurts that when people play it.
I'm just so looking forward to fighting 4. Going
Like
to
the number
be
4 or the God.
like the god, yeah.
yeah.
Fighting the number 4. I like that.
Yeah.
So
Really
that sounds
looking
like
forward
a
to
good
PC
boss.
2. Can't wait for that one to come out. You know, or it's just like nobody. Okay,
Oh,
tough.
man, I'm hyped for the new Halo game. Aren't you guys?
Oh, yeah,
Say
the
no
Halo
whenever.
Infinite with the PS2 graphics. Love it.
You know, like, what was it? Destiny was so bad they made it free.
Yeah, Destiny's free on PlayStation as well. I
Yeah.
haven't downloaded it. I haven't even like. Do you know the way you can like purchase on PS5 but not even download? I haven't even fucking purchased it. Like I refuse to do it. I don't want that filth
played
on my
it.
console.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You'll be wasting your time.
I mean, at least it's not as bad as Anthem.
Mm.
That was something else.
See, I never played it, so I can't.
No, I haven't played Anthem. I was checking out your Twitter. I know one of you definitely has strong feelings
him.
against
It's
it.
not
Yeah, no, oh. It's just misery. It's just so like
It's a
bland.
nerve hit
They-
right there.
Yeah, they released an alpha for it, and it didn't work. You couldn't play it. So then they go, all right, don't worry, we'll fix that. 2 weeks later, they released the beta. Finally, this was literally like a couple of weeks before the full release as well, saying this is just a beta, just so you can get a taste of what's to come. And there was just no gameplay. It was literally just pure misery. It was so bland, so lifeless. And it was like, yeah, the tweet I think you saw was like we played Outriders, the demo of that to kind of see what the full release would be like, and that was very similar. It was just completely lifeless. And it's like, how do these games survive?
They don't. They become free on PlayStation about 3 months after they're released
Yeah,
in an
Fall
attempt to
Guys.
get some interest.
How long did Fall Guys last after it became free?
Well, the week it lasted before Among Us came out.
Yeah, Among Us come out and just killed Fall Guys completely. Even though it's
There's
complete.
these trendy games that just get mauled by like a new game.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the next thing. It's always these indie games that make that just take like no brain to be able to play. You just kind of play them, you know.
Well, I mean, you got to be pretty smart to play Among Us. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
you
yeah, in fairness, you need to be a
either
good
come
liar.
off as a genius deceiver, or you come off as the guy that votes out the wrong person. You know?
Yeah, there's a big difference between someone who's bad at Among Us and someone who's really good at it. Like,
I'll
you
just go
can
in there and call
tell.
everyone sus. That's all I do. That's
I just keep
that.
telling everyone that it's Thomas and I seen him vent.
That's not a joke.
It's not a word of a
Me
lie.
and Jared have this group of friends we play with, and every single game, the start of the game, he will press the button, and I use that to my advantage when I am the imposter. I'll kill right in front of Jared and be like, "Yo, it's Thomas,"
and then
and nobody will believe him, and it's great.
Oh.
I've done that multiple times, and it's just fantastic when you see him getting voted out for being annoying.
Or you change your name, like say you pick white, and then you change your name to black, and they're like, "Yo, it was white," and they're like,
Mm.
"What?"
Mm.
It confuses people. But Among Us just went massive though, didn't it? Like that was. I don't know why, because it's such a basic concept.
And it existed for a while before the pandemic.
Did it really?
Yeah, what wasn't made back in the day and got no attention.
And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
I don't know what. I mean, I guess it's just the simplicity of it. I guess it's like you say. Obviously, there is a difference between being a good player and a bad player, but it doesn't take. If
Well,
you just want to jump on and play a game, you can.
you can't train to be a good Among Us player. You're kind of born it. That sounds stupid, but like
You are right, yeah.
you're either a good liar or you're not.
True. I am a horrendous liar, so I'm no good at. No, that's just not my game.
Mm.
Don't
That's
think
alright,
I'd, I'll practice.
Not for everyone though. Like that's the thing with games is that they're not for everyone, and you can have your thing, and then some things aren't your things, and that's just how it works.
That's very true. Like you all love God of War, and I think I played about 20 minutes of it.
Boy.
Well, now my opinion has changed of you very quickly.
I just don't.
I would say 10 seconds ago, I was thinking this guy's pretty cool. I mean, he's a good guy. He's pretty good at games. He likes a lot of games. And now I'm thinking,
He's a fraud.
no,
What he's
not a
talking
word I'd use. I think we all know words I'd use if I was allowed to, but
Yeah, sorry, we got.
I don't know. Are these guys qualified to have a podcast with a guy
I
like
don't know,
this?
man. What are the qualifications for a podcast?
Just
Be able to
Like
speak,
games.
I think, is like
Actually, one of the qualifications for having a gaming podcast means you have to have good opinions on games, which I'm very sorry you don't.
Hello,
have a
listener.
Very
I apologize.
quick
I don't
you know-
rash decision to
kidding.
make fun of a game that is so beyond you in so many different ways.
All right, Thomas, you always tell me to put a leash on you. Will you stop now?
I think I hit a
And
nerve.
right now,
boys.
I'm biting it off, Jared. Listen, friend. No, okay, I'm done.
All right.
The thing is, like, we say, like, yeah, like everyone has different opinions on what their favorite. Like me and Jack have been playing games together since God knows when.
Yeah.
But we like completely different games most of the time. Like I'm a massive Souls player. Like I'm a psychopath, so anything like Souls, that's all me.
What do you mean by Souls? Like Dark Souls?
Dark Souls, Bloodborne, anything like Soulsborne related, anything like even games like The Surge that aren't actually that good, but just because they're Souls-like, I'm all for it.
Of course.
Like Neo, like Sekiro, anything like that is all me. But Jack wouldn't touch him with a barge pole, and like vice versa with his. Yeah, so it's everyone is. This is how it is.
Yeah, I mean everybody has entitled to their opinion. I'm cool with that. But then
Just know you're wrong.
there's wrong.
I knew someone was going to say that.
Then there's opinions that are wrong, and that would be yours.
I mean, look, in my defense, right?
Oh, I don't give a shit about your defense.
Oh, there we go.
It's
couldn't hold
not
back,
going to
could
be
you?
right.
All right. I apologize on behalf of Thomas.
Next
Okay.
question. No. All right.
Let's go back to God of War, this
Oh my
sensitive
God.
subject. Like I say, I think if I played it, I'd probably enjoy it. It's just I haven't. So that's why.
So you're so beyond what's the word? Redemption. Just move on, sir.
It's just too far gone.
That's it. It's over.
Yeah.
This is it's done.
I'm so sorry for his behavior. Okay. I don't know.
I mean, like I say, I mean, it definitely it's definitely a popular one. But again, like we were saying before, I think it's just there are very obviously opinions that are very popular, and Ben will vouch for me here. Like I seem to share the opinions of a lot of the minority in games. Like
yeah, you like Watch Dogs, all right?
We're on the same page there.
Like, yeah, okay, there we go. See, another person.
There's another. I thought it was just you.
Dude, I thought it was just me.
I'm a big fan of them. I like.
Oh my god, do you think Call of Duty Ghosts is good too?
Yes,
Dude!
Call of Duty Ghosts is a fantastic game. I loved
Yeah.
it.
No joke. I thought it was good.
I genuinely enjoyed it. I really enjoyed playing that game. It was a lot of fun.
I like how you both have to actually like make sure you're not,
Make sure I'm not
Yeah.
kidding around. Like you're not messing with me, are you? Because a lot of people mess with me, man. It always turns out them laughing at me. Come on, say it's a good game. You mean it?
Oh,
You
yeah.
you
Call
you
of Duty
really
Ghosts
mean
is
it?
fun.
Fingers crossed, no lie. Cross your heart. Do it, bro.
Pinky promise, please. Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
I do. It's a recurring theme. It seems to be like I share a lot of opinions that are rather unpopular. It is funny because, I don't tend to play games that are like really popular, and I don't know. That's not like like hipster. Like, ugh, I'm not playing it because it's popular. It's just
I'm a different type of gamer, actually.
Built
yeah,
different.
I'm one of them. Like, I just
I'm
do
not
want
like the other gamers.
Yeah, it's just built differently.
But then I think if me and Ben, for example, shared the same opinions, every single podcast would go,
Well, yeah, there
So,
wouldn't be a podcast.
talk about GTA 5. Do you like it? Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, it's fantastic. All right, next topic.
Yeah.
So it helps, but I do get some slack for like some of my opinions, and it does amuse me sometimes.
Oh yeah, some of them are just a shambles. So yeah.
All right, if you had to pick my worst opinion, so we can share
Um,
the group.
I would think the God of War one's a pretty big one, man. I don't want to interrupt this little,
I'm pretty sure
whatever
there's
you
a lot
guys
of-
got going on right now. But I'm gonna put it right out there, man.
Again,
Even Jared, who has an Xbox, has never owned a PlayStation in his life, said the God of War is great. He hasn't even played the goddamn game, you
Dude.
know? He knows it's good.
I seen the Rad Brad play it, and my life has been
Yeah.
changed ever since.
It's great.
I kind
I
of
don't
want
know,
to
I think-
prove a point.
I think it's got to be the
That's
Watch
what,
Dogs thing. To be honest, it's just ludicrous that anyone thinks that's a good game.
What game?
Watch Dogs.
Watch
Just-
Dogs? I don't know anything about the Watch Dogs series, I'll be honest with you. I could agree with you or disagree, but I would just be lying.
Okay, thoughts on Metal Gear Phantom Pain?
I think it's a masterpiece, personally.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I really did,
Same.
actually.
OG.
I enjoyed it the second time because I had to play it again because I had it on Xbox, and then I did it all on Xbox, and I got PS4, and I just couldn't bother to do it again. I was like, nah. But sorry, I completely interrupted you. Continue.
No, you're all right. But yeah, like man, the fucking excuse me.
No, you're
The Metal
right.
Gear fan base was like split in two because of that game. Like there was, like if that was your first one, amazing. If you were like an OG to the series, you hated it.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, any game they make going forward, if they want to appeal to the old fans or the new fans, they're gonna mess up either way.
Well, Kojima doesn't have rights to it anymore, so I don't know what's happening, but he's not part of that anymore.
It'll just be less. As long as we can all understand, it'll be less.
Yeah, that's the thing with
I
Kojima
still want it.
games.
It'll be
Like,
less.
Didn't they release a stinky multiplayer version though? Or was that
There's a multiplayer.
Yeah. It's not very good, I don't think.
kind of flopped? I can't think what it's called.
Pretty,
It's not-
yeah. Like,
like
if
just-
Metal Gear is the only game you have, sure, enjoy
Yeah.
it. But that's it.
I think like you say, I mean, if you're an old fan, you're probably not gonna like it. But I played number 3, but I was young, and then this was sort of the main one I played. So I thought it was great. I think.
Yeah, the main one I played was the one that had Psycho Mantis in it, where you had to change over your controller to second player, otherwise he'd read everything you were doing. Was that the second one? Metal Gear Solid 2, maybe?
Couldn't tell you.
I think it was 2.
Well,
But
that was the first one.
That was the first one I played. I did play 3 as well, because I remember being fascinated with like the end, like the sniper, the boss fight.
Sure.
It was like an old geezer with a sniper that you could beat by basically just not playing the game for ages, and you could come back like a month later and he died of old age.
Yeah.
What's the point in that?
That's amazing. They had something like that done.
That's incredible.
It's just like attention to detail, isn't it? It's like
Just go and do someone else, and he's just dead.
literally, if you set the clock like a month forward, you go back into the game and he's just dead. He's just gone.
I'll rate that. That's cool. That's game development for you, boys. That is top notch.
Let's talk about something that wasn't top notch and is actually pretty appalling.
Go on.
I think we're all ready. Cyberpunk.
Oh,
What a disappointment, guys.
I'm so upset about that.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to customizing my penis, and
Same.
now I can't.
I plan to do it like a 10-hour stream on just the penis alone, man.
Just get it
I
perfect.
have plans. I have big plans. And
Big
that's the
penis,
kind of
man,
game.
big
Did
plans.
you see that clip of Deji's mom walking in when he was doing that? He was like doing a stream of his chat customized penis, and his mom walks in. Like that's the kind of stuff that gets you. Oh, that's funny, man.
Yeah.
No, that was a disaster. That because they pushed it back as well, didn't they? So and they pushed it back, and then it still was shocking.
The thing is, though, there was a lot going on behind the scenes with CD Projekt Red that like we don't
But just don't release it. Like
They didn't have a choice; they had to.
they should have
I mean, like, it was bankruptcy or release the game.
There was a lot of pressure, yeah, from like corporations saying like, "Why is this not released yet? Like, get it done."
and a
things
credit
like-
to them, they're fixing it. So
Yeah.
that is something that's gone in their favour.
When it came out, it was unplayable.
Yeah. You see some of the videos of it, and you think, how does something like this actually happen? But like I say,
I remember seeing Critical play. You know,
Yeah.
Critical.
Oh yeah. Is it the
And he's
car?
like-
The car where it just
Yeah.
like yeah.
So what do you think about the game? As someone asked him, and like,
yeah, it's
this
like,
car like just does like some kind of crazy stuff in front of me. He's like, that's what I think of this game.
it's like, is this game worth buying? There's
That's
your
what
answer.
it's
Like,
Yeah.
that's pretty much the gist of the game. Just full of glitches. But like I say, they're fixing it, so I credit to them.
Yeah.
But when I play that game, it feels like a mixture between Fallout 4 and GTA.
So is that a good combination?
No,
no.
it's just like
Mentioning
the
Fallout
general
4
game
and
mechanics.
anything, I think is a bit dodgy.
you're
Fallout
not,
4.
you're not a fan, no?
I am a massive Fallout fan, so Fallout 4 is just inferior to the others.
Oh, so you're a 76 fan then?
That's even worse than 4,
I
to be
know.
honest. Like,
I thought 4 was good, but 76,
yeah, 4 was alright, yeah. It
we
wasn't
paid like 60 quid for it and then never played it. Because
it's
even when
a
you turned it
shame.
on, it looked basically the same.
Yeah,
as
it's
Fallout 4.
literally just Fallout 4 with multiplayer. That's pretty much all it is. It's
They
nothing.
could've
It's
just added
nothing
it as like a-
fantastic.
That no NPC thing was just so damaging.
It just didn't need to be made. Like,
Yeah.
You could have just stuck with what they had, which was an actual good franchise.
Imagine they
Yeah.
do that with the new Elder Scrolls.
I think they're safe with that because they got Elder Scrolls Online. I don't think they would dare, like when they already sort of have that. When Elder Scrolls Online is in no way good, but it's if you are desperate to play like the multiplayer Elder Scrolls, it's there.
I didn't realise there was a multiplayer Elder Scrolls, to be honest.
It's an MMO, yeah. It's like it's on consoles and stuff. It's not great. Like, it's all right, but it's there if you want to play like a multiplayer Elder Scrolls experience.
I think
Just
I've ever
don't-
played a Scrolls game.
Like, yeah, just don't expect it to be like Skyrim because it's just not.
Yeah.
True. Skyrim's one of those cult fan bases, though, so just don't mess with it.
Dude,
It's
that in
just-
VR must be an experience.
Oh,
I know a guy who played it with a haptic feedback suit, and he cried.
God.
It just felt so. Not from pain, not from pain.
Nah, just because it was so like into it.
Like he puts on this headset. He's using these like haptic gloves. He's using a haptic suit, and he's standing beside a waterfall in the game, and he could feel like the humming of the water from the suit, and he cried. Like it was just so beautiful. He cried.
that's dedication. That
I
is,
think that just sums up Skyrim. Just it's so beautiful that we just cry.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Dude, have you guys tried VR?
I have, yeah.
No, I haven't.
I've got the PlayStation VR.
How do you feel
Oh.
when you take it off afterwards?
Oh, I feel so disorientated. I have no idea what planet I'm on.
Do you ever get this feeling of like, oh, back to like being boring?
Yeah, these graphics aren't as good. No, so
I
for
have the
me,
Oculus Quest 2, and
Better
I
go
get
do
that.
my taxes now.
Like, I put it on. You know, I'm fighting Darth Vader and Vader Immortal. I take it off, and I'm standing there in my room, swinging my arms like an idiot.
oh mate, honestly, my missus has got videos on her phone of me playing that the plank one on you know where you have to walk the plank.
Yeah.
And there's literally like because that and there's a bit where there's like a giant spider, and I'm not a huge fan of spiders, and the spider comes at you, and she's got a video of me literally like almost darting out the room and pulling the entire thing off because I just gone. And no, I do think VR needs a lot of improvement, but I do think it's gonna be a future thing. You know, I think we're gonna look maybe 10, 20 years down the line and like, you know, you see all these things in films and stuff, and I think it's gonna be a reality, and that's gonna be really cool. You know, like
a Ready Player One sort of
yeah, yeah, like where you can actually be in the game. That's gonna be.
I don't know if we'll ever get something like Ready Player One, because
No,
as much as I
no.
like that film, it didn't really make sense how they afforded food or like how they paid like for gas and electricity and stuff like that.
In the book, they explain.
Do they?
Yeah,
I must
that
read
was
the
like
book
that
then.
was a big problem with the movie. They didn't explain that kind of stuff.
No, it was.
But if you're using VR right now, no, you're in the early access. Even if you got like a Valve Index, that's not going to hold up when they get further on the line.
Mm.
Like even what I have, it's the best one that they have at Facebook right now, but it'll be gone by next year. They'll have a new one released.
And they'll do something else that, you know, you'll be able to smell it or something like what's in the game.
Well, that was something someone wanted to do for video games before, and it
Wasn't
got
that the whole
nowhere.
4D thing?
Yeah.
Remember when you went to cinemas and they have one at Tato Park now with the Yogi. If you've been to Tato, you've probably been to Tato Park, Jared, right? You ever been on the
I've-
4D thing?
No, not the
No.
40.
So it's like this little. They played like this cartoon of like Yogi Bear or something, and he's gone fishing or something, and they'll spray water at you, and like he'll have a pie, and you can smell the pie or something. Like it's pretty cool.
There's a Shrek one at Universal, and he
Yeah.
screams at you at one point,
Oh,
and you just get covered in like he spit on you.
Oh.
But then they
Yeah.
like release this thing so it stinks.
oh.
Yeah, to be fair, down here in England, by the London Eye, they've got like a 4D thing, and it's like just as like seagulls are flying about, you'll have like air blown in your face and things, and
I'm gonna be starting on
That
seagulls.
sucks. Just go outside.
oh, it's yeah.
That sounds terrible. Why are you paying to get air and
Oh,
seagulls?
you get
like
you
that?
get it
That's
free.
dumb.
You get the ticket for it free when you go on the London Eye, so it's like you might as well do it.
But like,
True.
I mean, could they not be more creative? I guess. I mean,
Yeah, it's not great. Like it's just like there'll be like a little clip of some fire dancer dancing down like what's the South Bank? That's it, the area where the London Eye is, and then you'll just get like fire spitting in front of you, and it's trash.
It's actually just a homeless man.
Sounds
with
like a
match and
lawsuit waiting to
deodorant
happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went in and I thought I was gonna get paid like water sprayed on me and air in my face. Next thing I know, I'm in a burns unit.
I have 0 eyebrows and 3rd-degree burns all over my body. What a
Who
trip!
can I sue? Where's my lawyers?
Yeah, I mean, maybe 4D will be the thing of the future.
Maybe.
That'd be
knows?
scary.
Smell-o-vision.
Honest to God. But you know, everyone thought we'd be in flying cars and you know.
True.
Mars and
Yeah.
we
And
wouldn't
as I
still be
said-
playing
We're not
dubstep.
far off.
No?
Yeah.
And I'm sat here playing Fortnite. Like, well,
Thought we'd be past this by now, but I guess we're just chimps without hair.
all right. So I think we can. Unless you've got anything else to say, Ben, I think we can start
Oh, I don't think so. Crack on.
wrapping up.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, you boys shout out all your stuff first before I do the boring outro that no one cares about. So I'll let you take the floor, shout out all your bits. We'll put it all in the description anyway. But go for it, boys.
Go on, Jared. I'll let you have the honors.
It's very kind of you, Thomas.
No problem, man.
All right, so yeah, we're the Awfully Irish Podcast. If you want to find us, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us anywhere you find a podcast. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, your mom's house. You'll find us anywhere. Try to find us. Awfully Irish Podcast, everywhere. We interview different people, normally actors, comedians, occasionally scientists, blah, blah, blah. If you're a Call of Duty fan, we've had plenty of Call of Duty actors on, especially with Cold War. We've nearly had all of them. With many more to come. So if you're into that kind of crack, you may check us out.
Absolutely, boys. Check them out, boys, because they got some good content on there. I'm telling you, it's good.
I appreciate that. Coming from a man like yourself.
I didn't know we made good content. Go on, tell us which content's good about it. No, it's not interesting.
So, it's good. It's good. So we'll leave all their links in the description, so make sure you go check them out. And now, unfortunately, I've got the boring, the monologue of, check me out on this platform. And I feel disgusting saying it every time, but, algorithms and that. So make sure you check us out on YouTube and like the video. If you enjoyed it, subscribe for future content. Obviously, this was a very special episode for us. It's our first ever, I don't want to call it an interview because it's not, kind of, just chilling. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and make sure you check us out on our website, which has officially gone live now. It's working. We're all good. So that's hstp.co.uk. Again, that's hstp.co.uk. Episode will go live 6 p.m. GMT on Sundays, and the clips go live on our YouTube channel 6 p.m. on Tuesdays and Fridays. Make sure you follow us on our socials, Twitter and Instagram at HitStartToPlay. Is there anything more from you, Ben?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, thank you very much, boys, for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate that. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it.
It's a pleasure, man. Thanks for having us.
No worries. Thanks for coming.
See you all next week.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Thank you.
And take care and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.